We come together, hand in hand. The miracle shines across the land. Every heart, every voice, every choice. We are the miracle of the season.
Every time I hear that version of that intro, it just makes me think of little Who, Wendy's, whatever, Sue Who or Lou Who or whatever her name was, as a child actress, and her singing, her voice in that movie, and now she's a metal star. So it just makes me giggle. We are moving along with the miracle of the season. We're really happy with the way things are going. We will be getting back to the history lessons as soon as we are done with this next segment. And this next segment, what we're going to do is I'm going to introduce you to the people, some of the people who make Community Pay It Forward what it is. These are our sponsorship. These are our mission partners. These are our giving partners. These are the partners that make the program what it is. There is a QR code up in the corner of each one, and I need to take this guy off there. There we go. So there is a QR code in the corner of each video. If you need to get a hold of that company, just let them know the Community Pay It Forward is part of the reason why you reached out. If you do business with them, they give us a portion of the sales, and you get to choose a mission partner that you want to donate that money to. We take 75% of whatever they give us, and we give it to somebody who needs help. Your purchases mean the difference between a good holiday or a great holiday, or a lacking holiday into a happy holiday. So please, let's make a difference by starting to utilize the Community Pay It Forward program. And I am proud to introduce you to the partners, my family, in the Community Pay It Forward organization.
I created 2 networking groups to help people help others and connect and learn from each other and share resources and help everybody get what they need. Currently, I work with Net at Work. We are a full-service IT managed service company. I specifically work with our Alliance team, helping MSPs, managed service providers, with line of business and providing that to their clients. So it's very much around partnership. And I also co-host 2 networking groups. One is called In This Together Roundtable. It's a virtual networking group of like-minded people who come together from all different parts of the world and all different industries to help each other and network together. So that's every Tuesday on Zoom. And then I also run a local one down in South Florida where I live for the local community. We get people from far north and far south who come once a quarter in person to get together. It's just formal happy hour and help each other and connect and meet new people and make new friends. So it's a lot of fun. I love it. And I also do a lot of speaking, and I love being involved in multiple different things, clearly, and just helping people. And that's really what I'm most passionate about, is making an impact and giving back. And I really appreciate the intersection between human capital and technology. I think that the fusion of both is incredibly powerful. So how I can pay it forward, I do a lot of connecting people with resources, with jobs. And I find that, once you're networking, and this is something I learned early on, you may as well help more people with more things, because that's part of, being open to networking with different people. Just because somebody can't help you today doesn't mean they can't help you tomorrow, or you can't help them today. So it's not only about, finding new business and leads, it's also about being able to help others in your network in other ways too. So I think it's important that we all look out for each other. And that's one of the reasons I love networking so much, and why it's become, I think, such a big part of my life, because I love helping people. And the more people I know, the more people that I can help and serve. So the way that I pay it forward is by just looking out for people, and then taking it one step further, and not just looking out for them, but trying to do something to help. And I always say no one can do everything, but everyone can do something, right? Like that famous quote, and it's true. If we all do just one little thing today to help someone else, and tomorrow will look very different for everyone. One of my favorite quotes, it's actually in my email signature, is maybe what we are searching for is not those who have what we need, but those who need what we give. And I think it's such a mindset shift, again, even in going out and meeting people, if you could really focus on what could I do for you? And it's not to say that you can't ask for what you need, and you should, and get what you need, but it's really just about a mindset shift and starting with, what could I give? It's giver's gain, and how can I give to get? So it's really the reality. And it's the best way to make sure that everybody's happy and everybody gets what they're looking for.
Hi, everyone. I'm Zach Clayton with Community Pay It Forward. We are thrilled to introduce you to our amazing giving partners, the businesses and organizations and individuals who are turning their everyday efforts into extraordinary impact. In this special video series, each of our partners will answer 4 simple but very powerful questions. Why did I start my business? What is my business? Where is my company headed? And how can I pay it forward today for a better tomorrow? These aren't just business spotlights. They're stories of passion, purpose, and community. Whether you're a longtime supporter, a future giving partner, or just someone who's curious, these stories are for you. We invite you to watch, learn, and share as we shine a light on those who are making a difference through what they do every day. Every purchase from any of these business partners results in a donation to the mission partner that you choose. What matters to you drives their business. Let's celebrate the spirit of giving in business, and together, let's create something even greater. Now, let's meet our great giving family.
My name is Alan Holmes, Master Connector. Why did I start my business? I started my business simply because I know that there was a time that so much information is out there, online, offline, sideline, and I wanted to actually give a human connection to it, to let everyone know that there is someone behind the IP address, behind the phone number. So much in this time is where all with AI and various things, which although I use myself, but as a master connector, as my slogan goes, community is the essence of business, and I'm the master connector for building it. What is my business? Each one of us as an entrepreneur, as a business owner, asks that questions, and they have time to order. My business is actually simply providing a passion for connecting your business. I am a master connector, so without your business, without your organization, your dream, your project, your nonprofit, I have no business. I am an affiliate marketer or a strategic alliance partner for various different resources. They go on and on, so it's too many to attest, but that is my business. It is simply being in collaborating, connecting, and networking your business, your dream, your vision, your passion. Where's my company or my group of resources or companies offers going? Oh, the sky's the limit. It is based on, again, the people that I meet, the dreams that are vision. And a year from now, my goal would love to be the inspirational for your vision, your idea to maybe build a dream inspirational center, a podcast, a documentary, a book, a movie. The skies of possibilities and the end are endless. How can I be of service to you? Is my question. What can I do today to help a better tomorrow? Is simply this. Visit either my services. When I say my services, my strategic partner services, like you may know, he didn't ask me, it's a community pay it forward, a nonprofit, a business owner, a veteran, those with a disability, or someone is not so much about business. Just check in with folks, make sure. I literally right before this talked to my associate who's in Alabama, and there's a great storm is coming in. So I'm praying for his family and all of those in the back east in California. We have to check in with each other because sometimes it's not about business, it's about checking in on folks, and that'll lead to a better tomorrow. But it starts with, and of course I'll end with this. Anybody knows me, love the kids. Take sure and make sure that the children are taken care of. And making sure we're kinder to one another, love one another, and make sure you reach out and just say, I'm here for you. We'll see you on another side. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Andrew Darlow. I'm very happy to be here. Thank you so much, Zach Clayton and your team, for inviting me. And I hope that I can provide some value and interesting information for you and all your listeners. So why did I start my business? I started my business mainly because I was taking pictures of dogs and cats primarily and their families. And I had to pay sales tax. Most states in the United States have sales tax, and so you need a business if you're going to be charging anyone for something like prints or something else that's a tangible item. So I had to start a business to do that, and that's now 32 years or so, and I'm not sure where the time has gone, but that was the main reason. Plus, it was also much easier to do write-offs every year. I was working full-time, and so having a side business was really helpful around tax time. And my business now is quite different. I'm not really doing much portraiture, although I do love that and I do it from time to time. Now I'm primarily doing consulting and selling my artwork. So consulting is the large part of my business, and I help people with many things related to photography. So taking better pictures, knowing how to set up their flash, for example, which can be complicated. I help them also with organizing their photography collection, which can be really challenging, especially if you're someone who takes a lot of photographs, captures a lot of video. You may have things on multiple hard drives and you may not know how to manage it. So I help people bring everything into their computer, decide on what application to use to organize it. I like Lightroom Classic. And then decide how to back it up properly. Usually that's multiple hard drives locally, and then some type of cloud backup. So that's what I really enjoy doing, because I know that if I can help someone save their data, both for them and for future generations, I know I'm doing something really good for them. And my company is located in central New Jersey. And I've been here, like I said before, over 30 years. In between, I've traveled and lived in multiple countries, including Japan and in Europe. So I think I'm most excited right now about getting out there and selling more of my artwork. Here's an example of a recent print project. That is a photograph that I took over 30 years ago. I have a story that goes along with it that I talk about and that I'll also share. And so I've been making prints like this, which picture 18 by 24 inches for over 24 years. And sometimes I give people prints as gifts along with, let's say, a photo session, or I might give them to family, or I'll sell them. And these I've been doing as limited editions, this last one. And so that's been going really well so far. And I'm also going to be launching a new series of flower prints, which will be on very high-end paper, and those will also be signed and numbered. As far as how I can pay it forward today, I believe the best advice I can give everyone is to first take more photographs than you think you really want to, and maybe even go out of your way a little bit to take more photographs of your family. And if you have a business, maybe walk around from time to time and take some photographs of the environment. And it really is wonderful to be able to look back and have those photographs and also video. So think about that the next time you're doing anything with your family, especially if you're all having fun and just relaxing. Maybe take out a camera and then give the camera to other people. It could obviously be a smartphone. And then make sure you, whoever is like generally the designated family photographer, also gets in some of the photographs. Or you can always get a tripod and set it to a 3 to 5 second timer, for example, or get a Bluetooth remote. Otherwise, I highly recommend doing simple backups, things that anyone can do. Like, for example, if you just purchase the smartphone storage plan that matches your phone. If you have multiple phones in the family, you'll have to work that out, but let's assume you have one main phone. You want to make sure that your storage plan at least covers that, so that if you drop it, let's say in a river or something like that, at least you can get everything back. And it's kind of common for phones just to stop working or to be dropped, and then at least you know that you can get everything that's on the phone. And then apart from that, I highly recommend having an online backup. There's a number of ways to do that. Google Drive is one option. Another one is called Carbonite. Another one, and my favorite one, is called Backblaze. And that can be found at backblaze.com. Also, if you check my website at backup.fm, I have a few podcasts. I also have a few articles that can give you information about online backups, also battery backups, and a number of other important items. So thank you again, Zach, and I hope this has been helpful, and thank you for what you do to help so many people. Take care. Bye-bye.
After a life-changing motorcycle accident, I realized how quickly circumstances can change and how important community is. I founded Community Pay It Forward because I wanted to create a way for people to turn everyday purchases into meaningful impact. No one should struggle alone when we have the power to lift everyone up. Community Pay It Forward is a unique fundraising and networking program that connects businesses, and nonprofits, and individuals to create a cycle of support. By shopping with our giving partners, customers ensure a portion of their purchase goes towards supporting causes that they choose. We also offer community programs, events, and networking opportunities that help families, veterans, and people in need. We are expanding our reach to connect even more businesses and community members across the country. Our goal is to make Community Pay It Forward the first stop for people who are looking to shop with a purpose. Through partnerships, events, and innovative fundraising, we're building a stronger, more connected support network, one that makes lasting differences in people's lives. Every small action counts, whether it's shopping through our program, sharing a cause you care about, sponsoring an event, or simply spreading the word. You can be part of something bigger. When we come together to support each other, we can create a future where no one is left behind.
Let's start today and make tomorrow brighter for everyone.
Because I love training. And I had been doing a lot of training just as an individual at the local tech school, at the University of Wisconsin School of Business Management Institute. And I wanted to formally organize what it was that I offered and then offer it to state agencies and the public. What I loved about training is that it helps people find confidence in their own competence, whether it's assertiveness or management development or communication, whatever it might be. I like seeing that light go on. My business is an international woman-owned business that provides nonprofit organizations with management training, with employee training, with board development and strategic planning. And I have done this for many, many years, both locally, nationally, and internationally. Where I would like my company to be headed is to back doing international work. Through USAID and George Soros's Open Society Institute and Mercy Corps, I have been to several states in Africa, the Middle East, and Eastern Europe, and I have loved meeting the cultures and learning about those cultures. So I would like to be doing a lot more international work again. That's my goal. See peace. The training that I have done for Mercy Corps in Jordan was to help them negotiate in the Syrian camps. We don't want any more camps. We don't want any more war. If people learn to communicate, if they learn to listen, if they recognize that we all have the same humanity, I think that we can end war and end homelessness and all of the issues that we are currently dealing with and have dealt with for so long.
Hi, I'm Dr. Philip Agrios, self-sabotage specialist, business consultant, international speaker, and best-selling author. I started my business because life gave me more than a few wake-up calls. I lost my father to brain cancer. I became the sole caretaker for my mother for 7 years until she passed. I went through a painful divorce, faced financial collapse a few times, battled a chronic illness that forced me to shut down my successful healthcare center, along with so many other traumatic events. One of the most heartbreaking moments of my life was when one of my daughters nearly took her own life. Now, through those deeply painful experiences, I made a life-changing discovery. I uncovered a biological trait that every human is born with, one that causes us to unconsciously sabotage our own success. But I also discovered a way to switch it off instantly. And that realization became my mission, to help others stop sabotaging themselves and reclaim their power. So I help business owners, executives, sales professionals, and everyday individuals who feel stuck in order for them to break free from self-sabotage using my signature method, the T-Now method. It empowers people to overcome the hidden patterns that block their success, whether it's in business, relationships, health, and personal growth, and guides them to take back control of their own lives. Now, we have helped many PTSD veterans neutralize many of their episodes to start living more productive lives, professionally and personally. My mission is to impact over 5 million lives by 2030. I'm building a global movement through my membership community, group coaching programs, speaking engagements, and corporate partnerships. So the goal is really simple. It's to help people realize they don't need to be fixed. They need to just understand the biology behind their self-sabotage and how to transcend it immediately. I pay it forward by sharing what I've learned through my own journey, from the darkest moments to the breakthroughs. Now, whether it's through free trainings, genuine conversations, or empowering someone to rise when they feel stuck, I believe every small act creates a ripple. If we each just take one step to lift someone else today, we shape a better, more connected tomorrow. So I just want to thank you for being a part of the Global Pay It Forward Day, and together we truly can do anything. Thanks.
How did I start my business? Started kind of like 25 years ago, and I always wanted to be able to find a solution where I can help people. And as you well know, some of the times that it's been helping nonprofits and small businesses, and it was really to offer something a little bit different that most people were missing out on. One of the things was like talk about engagement. How does a non-profit engage with its donors or its clients? How does the small business in the local area engage? And having that knowledge and history from the UK when I was doing database marketing was what brought me here to the US to actually start growing that. Because one of the things I love about Americans and America is that Americans are very philanthropic. They love to support their local charity. They love to support that local business. And that was one of the main reasons why I started my business. Today, being the web detective is much the same thing. It's just that I'm focusing a little bit on the things that get you in trouble. And when do you know you're in trouble? Is usually when you've got a lawsuit. And I think you've heard me say this sometimes. It doesn't matter what you say or what you do, it just means I can sue you. And if we can have a preventative voice and a service that can help you to keep on the good side without avoiding bad publicity, I think that's the reason why marketers like myself today stand out to actually help either those nonprofits or those small businesses. What is my business? Well, I've been a marketer for 25 years, and I've always found different ways to stand out, to be noticeable. You know, I think most of you probably hear I'm noticeable because I wear a strange hat. I have a different voice than most Americans. And it's first impressions. First impressions is what I work on in establishing a service in marketing for businesses, non-profits, and that's the primary thing about what I do today. Secondly, from that is about protection. It's also about growing an online presence without things like social media, without paid ads, because everything is organic. It's about growing time, building relationships. That's what's really important about most businesses. And that's where I come along to say my business is about building and protecting your brand, but to build a relationship where you can be engaged. My company headed? Well, I can see there is growth. It's heading to provide services and solutions to those small businesses who have probably been working in their business as opposed to on their business and now realize they need some professional help. That's where I come in, and I realize that my business is growing not because I'm advertising. It's the organic approach. I build relationships. I build relationships through networking. I build networking groups. I go to them. I get referred. I get remembered. And I go to mastermind groups and things like that. It's all about spending time in front of people so I can be memorable. So that's where my business is going. I can see today, and it's growing in the future. When it comes to paying it forward, I noticed that if you start small, you build the foundations. That's how my business started. I started very small. I started working with nonprofits, and it's always about keeping your communications open. Keep them open, people understand you. Once you keep the communication line open, you can actually find you're building a relationship. And I find that is the most important part about paying it forward, because I find that if I'm just offering advice or tidbits or ways that you can actually change and influence that you're thinking about your strategies on how to grow your business, what happens is people take that as value. And it's those little golden nuggets of value is how I see that paying it forward helps that people trust, like, and help to start build my business by paying it back. So you have to pay it forward, because at the end of the day, if you're genuine, you're honest, you're trustworthy, people will notice that very quickly. That's building trust, and that's how you pay it forward.
First started my business 14 years ago when my mother was diagnosed with a terminal illness, and it had me looking at cause and effect of how food affects our overall health. And the more I dug into that, the more surprised I was by what I was finding out. But not just what I was finding out, but the fact that you really have to dig for the information. It wasn't readily available to me. And that got me started in helping to educate people. Business is Blue Jeans and Berries. I am a holistic health and nutrition coach. While I focus on nutrition, I also focus on all aspects of healthy living. I help to educate and guide busy people to the correct answers so that you can live a healthier life. You can eat better, move better, sleep better, manage your stress better, and live with more vibrancy. And Berries is looking into the future and looking into what will land with anybody and everybody to make learning easy, because making healthy choices and changes does require some learning. So on top of the one-on-one coaching and group coaching that we currently offer, I am creating some digital courses that will allow you to move at your own speed, go through the courses. You can backtrack and repeat if you need to, but also there's no shame involved. You're not having to confess anything to me or anybody else, just to yourself. So it will make it more accessible. And I think that that's what's really important, is making healthy choices easy and accessible to people, and having that knowledge accessible. Look at paying it forward today is helping you change your habits today so that you can live a healthier life tomorrow.
Good day, everybody. I hope everybody's having a wonderful day. Why did I start my business? Well, it's kind of obvious. This right here is when I met my new wife, she transformed me into Santa Claus, and literally it has changed my world and changed my life. And what a feeling it is to be able to share some happiness and create some smiles for some people that might not have a reason to smile. My business. My business has transformed. It started out as a traditional Santa, doing the home visits, daycares, businesses. And then when I got laid off the truck driving job, I took it to the online version. Still doing the in-person stuff, but now the online stuff is opened up some doors to so many different things, and worldwide, which I would have never have thought, never have dreamed that was even a reality. So it has opened the doors to not only meeting some incredible people all around the world, but I get to share some smiles and some happiness, and have created some new ideas that provide many happy memories for families and business. Is the moon, I hope. I mean, the sleigh fly is pretty high in the sky as it is, but and the reality of it is, the way I'm going now and the reach I'm reaching all around this world, it's very interesting that I am able to communicate with people all around the world and share happiness. So where's it going? Don't know, but it's going upwards, and it's going to be more positive each day to create happiness around the world. All right, folks, how can I pay it forward? Well, it's amazing the people that I run into, how many people don't have a reason to smile. So I can get out of a car, walk around the corner, get into a meeting, and I make people smile. And my other website is the Warriors Beacon of Hope. That one is 10 times the reason and the cause, because our veterans and our soldiers definitely some days, most days, don't have a reason to smile. So I've created another whole website called the Warriors Beacon of Hope, where I'm going to create a nationwide list of services to help our veterans get off the I'm on the waiting list idea. And if we can project a more positive way to help our veterans, that is a definite win for not only me, but for you and our wonderful veterans.
Right. So the reason I started my business is because I myself wasn't completely satisfied with my interior design career that I had for 10 plus years. I was working for top high-end interior design firms that design high-end residences and hotels, and I was at the burned out state. And when the pandemic hit, I got laid off. And at that time, I did not feel like I have any energy left in me to put another resume together and to basically apply for a new job just to experience a burnout again. So what I did is I went through a self-discovery process where I now take my clients through, that I really tried hard to figure out what is my talent, what is my skills, and what is my value. And when I found the answer, and I have realized that I didn't want to become famous or well-known or recognized for or what I accomplished in terms of my interior design side of things. I realized what I want to do, and I wanted to do always since I was a kid, is to somehow be helpful to others and make a direct impact in other people's life. So I asked myself a question one day, like, why do I wake up in the morning? And I realized if somebody needed my help, I will be jumping out of bed. So then one day, actually, as I was waking up at 5 a.m. in the morning, I heard a crisp and clear voice. I call it, as the voice from the divine and from God, whatever you call your higher power. That it's a calling for me. And the voice went, how about considering becoming a life coach? And that basically started my whole journey and how I started to found my business SC Coaching Group, because immediately I came across an institute called Life Purpose Institute, which I was in the process of looking for my own life purpose. And after I got certified as a life coach over there, I realized my life purpose is to help others finding their life purpose by going through the exact process I took myself through. And therefore, I started my business, SC Coaching Group, and the slogan, Seek to Change, See the Change, is because I realized that the person has to be the one who wants to change. And I cannot ask anyone to make a change when they're not ready. So therefore, this is the foundation and the root of the thought process before I officially start my business. And I realized that this business now really start to bring me the fulfillment I need. And I have a mission to help people end job misery and connect them to their vocation so they can wake up to their divinity and realize that they have the unique talent, skills, passion, and value to share with the world. Great question. What is my business? I consider my business have a great potential to grow to something even bigger than how I started. I launched a signature program called the Confident Program. It's a 90-day program to take people from feeling stuck to create a dream career by going through that self-discovery process that I mentioned earlier. But then I also continue to grow as a person and continue to see how else I can help with the world. I got certified as a relationship coach as well. And this year I collaborate with two other coaches, a health coach and a finance coach. And we launched a program called Life Alignment Mastery Program, where we help people find alignment, fulfillment, and happiness in career, relationship, health, and finance. We want people to not only be okay with their life, but we want people to love their life. And in order to love their life, these 4 key areas need to work out. So I think what makes SC Coaching Group different is that we're not limited to one type of coaching. People come to us, they can get help in all these 4 key areas. And as I grow, as the business grow, I will continue connect with more coaches who can help maybe in the mental health world and the spiritual coaching world. I think the reason I started the business with the name SC Coaching Group is to have the vision that eventually I will have a team of coaches. And therefore, this is going to be a very different environment when people come across SC Coaching Group, is that you don't have to go find help elsewhere for other areas that doesn't work out for you. If let's say you come to me for career coaching and you realize that your finance needs attention or your health needs attention or even the relationship part, we can take care of you all at SC Coaching Group. Where SC Coaching Group is headed is that it's gonna expand its coaching categories and a team of coaches. Right now, I have a team of 3, me, the career relationship coach, a health coach, and a finance coach. I want to add a spiritual coach, a mental health coach, mindset coach, I want to continue to grow and expand as I come across the right people. And I want to grow this business to be a place for people to start their path to fulfillment, no matter what doesn't work in their life. When they come to SC Coaching Group, it will start to have clarity. Clarity is my superpower, and I want to bring clarity in all different areas to people's life. So in terms of a short-term goal, I think the short-term goal is I am really currently focusing on promoting the Life Alignment Mastery Program and trying to get some graduates, and so I can expand afterwards. What I can help you guys today is, I think the first step, how I started helping myself change my life, is asking the question, what do I need to change today so my tomorrow looks different? I remember when I was really trying to figure out what's my next step, I really started to ask myself, like, what needs to be different today? What areas of my life currently needs the most attention? And of course, at that time, it was career. And when I have that awareness, I realized that I do not want to repeat the career the way it was. It needs to change to something completely different. And that is the first step that is needed for me to get on the journey of even want to know what's next. Because you have to first realize that you are not okay with your situation. So now I want to invite each one of you to think about, you take this moment to think about the question, what areas of my life currently I am not satisfied with? If you are settling, that could be the area that needs the attention. If you love this area and it works out great, then wonderful. So to take a moment to just reflect on, especially the 4 key areas of life: career, relationships, health, and finance. Which of these 4 areas currently are not working out for me or not working out as well I would like to? So I'll leave you with that question, and when you start to find the answers, changes will start happen to you. And if you seek to change, you will see the change. And if you want to further get help from me, I have a website. It's just my business name, sccoachinggroup.life. It's sccoachinggroup.life. And I'll be happy to have a conversation with you and see how I can help you further.
So I started my business, Long Island Tech Force, because a lot of MSPs out there, which are managed service providers, they really go after, the larger corporations and larger businesses. At Long Island Tech Force, we really pride ourselves on going after nonprofits and helping out, solopreneurs and entrepreneurs. So that they can get the help that they need at an affordable rate, where they're not being charged tens of thousands of dollars for stuff that a lot of times they don't even realize they don't need. So one thing that we really do, we really focus on what the client needs, and then we create a custom quote for them. And that's why I created my business, making sure that we're doing the right thing and helping out the little guy. Okay, so my business is, again, Long Island Tech Force and also Phoenix Backups, but we're rolling them into one. And Long Island Tech Force is a managed service provider that provides the full range of IT services to the businesses that I mentioned, and any other businesses that also need IT help. We handle from help desk, where you call us up where there's a problem, they need help with, all the way up to cybersecurity and making sure that your devices and your network are secure and that everything is backed up in case the worst happens to them. What I really want to focus on is just being able to bring on more of those clients that I mentioned, the nonprofits, CPAs, law offices, medical offices, and also those that are, solopreneurs or entrepreneurs. I feel like really, again, they get left out a lot. So I really want to spend the next 1 to 3 years doing what I can to help them. Yeah, so the answer to your question the way I was originally thinking of it is that right now I signed on an intern where we're helping this intern learn the IT field, because they're very, very interested in cybersecurity and stuff, and really being able to give them the exposure that they need. A lot of companies out there, before they hire you, they want you to have all this experience. It's like, I just graduated college. How am I supposed to have 30 years of experience in this field? So this is, while he's going to college, he has an internship with me, and teaching him how, not only teaching him the basics, but also building him up and giving him something he can put on his resume that says, I actually know how to do this. I didn't learn it in a classroom, I learned it in real life. So I'm paying it forward the way others have with me, where I've been hired and then trained. I've been trained, and now I'm just paying that forward to somebody else.
So the question is, why did I start my business? I was widowed when I was young. My husband died in a motorcycle accident at the age of 24. We had 2 little girls, 1 and 3. And what I learned the hard way is that we did not know that our ability to go out and earn an income was our greatest asset and should have been protected first and foremost. Now, nobody wakes up at 24 and thinks I'm going to die today. But had we known then what I know now, my husband should have been insured for $1.6 million, not the $20,000 that he was insured for. Had I known that then, our lives would have been completely different. And so I'm on a mission to help as many people as I can to change their lives financially, and also in doing so, improve their lives mentally, improve their health. Just imagine if you knew you had financial freedom waiting for you, what that would do for your psyche, what that would do for your outlook on life. And I routinely turn my clients into multimillionaires, and just using very simple steps. Maybe you have money sitting over here. Let's just put it over here and watch it grow exponentially. So I take the complex world of finance and make it simple, make it straightforward, make it understandable. And unlike the study where it said that working with a financial professional or meeting with one, people would rather have a root canal, I promise that it will be enjoyable. We'll probably laugh, and worst case scenario, even if we don't do business, I will find some way to connect you or refer you, or maybe I want to buy whatever you have to offer. But the only way that we can do that is if you go right above my head and go on the financiallion.com/schedule and get on my calendar. My business is about helping people financially throughout their whole entire lives. So as I mentioned before, the reason I got into my business was because I was widowed young and learned the hard way that we were our most valuable assets and should have been protected. So But with Americans drowning in debt and just trying to live month to month, you're not thinking 5, 10, 20 years down the road or thinking about financial freedom. You probably think that financial freedom could never be yours. But I have a way to get you out of debt in record time without you changing your budget or lifestyle, while saving you tens, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars in the process. And this is phenomenal. There's no better feeling than I love that when I see my clients grinning ear to ear, because instead of paying off their mortgage in 25 years or all their credit cards, they're going to be debt free in 4.1 years, and they're going to build millions of dollars in wealth now that they don't have that debt. So I stay with you throughout your life. So now maybe you're married, you have student loans, you have a mortgage. Let's get that paid off. Now we can create wealth to make it grow exponentially and turn you into the next multimillionaire and create a legacy, not only for your children, but for your grandchildren to come. The goals for my company that I have for the next 1 to 3 years is, number one, I want to create as many millionaires as I possibly can. I really want to end generational poverty. I always say, if you own a car, you have to have car insurance in case you get in an accident. If you own a home, you have to have homeowners insurance in case your house burns down. But we're all going to die. So why life insurance is not mandatory is really beyond me, because we could end poverty in 1 generation, provided that we teach the kids financial literacy and what to do with that money so that it carries on to the next generation. What I'd also like to do, one of my goals is I want to have a national television show. I currently have a TV, radio, and podcast called Wealth and Wisdom that airs on Roku and Amazon Fire and iHeartRadio, Apple, Spotify, Amazon, wherever you like to watch your podcasts. I would like to create a national platform where I can really use that show, because what the show is about is getting rid of the locks, the blocks, the mindsets, the self-sabotage, all of the limiting beliefs, so that my audience can heal, grow, and thrive and be truly wealthy in every area of life, mentally, physically, financially, relationally. And of course, financially, I am the financial lion after all. And what I want to do with all of that is really, a rising tide lifts all boats. I really want to lift people up and get them to know that they are worthy, that you do deserve to have wealth in every area of your life, and get rid of that mindset that keeps you stuck where you are, living paycheck to paycheck or month to month. Life is more about that. And it's more than just the number of zeros in your bank account. It's really the quality of your life. And I'm also working on a 6-part mini TV series highlighting nonprofits so that we can increase their reach, their impact, and their fundraising. So I would love to see that just be wildly successful, and then pitch that to Netflix or perhaps Apple TV, so we can also lift up the nonprofits and all the unsung heroes that are there battling on the front lines to make others' lives better. So how can I pay it forward today for a better tomorrow? I will tell you exactly how I can. By smiling at people, by being kind to people, by, if I go to the grocery store, compliment a woman on her outfit or whatever it might be. That, a smile disarms most enemies, and it's absolutely free to give. So that is a very simple way to pay it forward. Another way that I pay it forward is 10% or more of everything I make goes to fight sex trafficking. I am on a mission. I want to rescue not just thousands, but tens of thousands. There are 21 million enslaved right now in this modern age. So that is how I do my best to pay it forward. And coming alongside wonderful people like Zach Clayton and other people that care and have a heart to care for the brokenhearted, for the ones that have gone through trauma, for our vets that are homeless, all of those things. Those are things that every one of us can make a difference. And if you just save one life, it's as if you saved the entire world. So how many worlds could we join hands to save together?
Why did I start my company? At Z World Webs, we strongly believe that every website owner deserves the right and opportunity to take full ownership of their own website, while empowering them to make changes to their own website without having to rely on anyone else. And of course, develop a custom website Z World is waiting for. What is my business or company? At Z World Webs, we are a website development and consulting company who specializes in supporting nonprofits, veteran business owners, and of course, honest entrepreneurs like yourselves who are looking to enhance, develop, or redevelop a custom website Z World is waiting for. Where is my company headed? At Z World Webs, we are proudly headed towards a better future in philanthropy by dedicating ourselves to connect with great people like yourselves who want to bring awareness to support our veterans, eradicate human trafficking, and of course, save our planet while making Z World a better place for future generations. How do I pay it forward today for a better tomorrow? At Z World Webs, we are proud to partner with the Community Pay It Forward program, which allows us to enhance our philanthropic efforts, and will continue to partner with the Community Pay It Forward program to make Z World a better place where no one ever feels alone.
Why did we start our business? Well, it was started because it was a convenient tool for us to use to promote our, of all things, to promote our printing company. So I was a president of a networking group. I wanted to have all those business cards go out with every visitor. And I thought I had this really good idea. And my husband took all of those business cards, scanned them, made them touch responsive, meaning touch to call and email, and send people to the content information that they wanted them to learn about their business. And then our chapter was very successful with that. And people, we became the #1 chapter in the #1 region. But then the other people that were coming in and visiting our chapter were like, I want one. And it was getting to be hundreds of people. So then we kind of made it its own thing. And around that same what is our business? So it is a digital business card service. And it's become from the graphic arts world. We decided to keep the price always less than a box of business cards. So it's only $70 a year. And it's a lot of fun because it's an inexpensive tool to help other people succeed. And we also have an affiliate program so that when other people want to figure out ways how they can pay it forward, they can use that affiliate thank you and accumulate it and donate it as well. We were asked, why don't we donate directly to, we say give this much away and let people know what we're doing? Because first of all, one hand should know what the other hand is doing, right? But the other thing is, everyone has their own very important thing to them. And why not have that, just give them the opportunity then to take a portion of the sale and put it where they want it to go. So I'm Carolyn Williams. Our company is For My Card. Here it is. You can get a hold of me. Happy to chat, get to know, who you are out there in the Pay It Forward community. And thank you for doing all your really good work. God bless. Keep it going. And that's where our company is headed. We are small, but mighty. We do our own advertising, networking, marketing. So we don't have a big budget of a Silicon Valley, but we have a lot of heart. We go meet people in person and I'm a big networker. I like to get to know people. Then you become a valuable resource for other people. So I used to just do locally. Who do you know that? And now it's globally. Who do you know that can fill in the blank? And many times I do, or I know the person that does. So that's kind of cool. And time I became aware of the crisis of human trafficking. And once you know these sort of things, you can't unknow it. And so how I plan to pay it forward is with the success of For My Card, it would eventually be a way that we could start creating a stream of income with people doing the good work and use it. So we've created already one organization called Tybee Stops Traffic to bring awareness and support to a local organization and a global organization, as well as put the information out there and make other people aware of it. Because again, once you know, you can't unknow, and we have to do something, right? And all of the good work you do is so important. So we learn about these things, and if it's slightly within our power to help, then it's our obligation to help. And that's where our company is headed. We are small, but mighty.
Hi, I'm Tanya, the founder of Smart Virtual Solution. I'm a marketing and automation strategist. I help business owners untangle their marketing, simplify their follow-up, and build systems that support growth without burning them out. Why I started my business. I come from a background where I was always the one behind the scenes, solving problems, connecting the dots, and making things work. Along the way, I saw so many incredible service providers getting stuck, not because they weren't good at what they do, but because marketing felt hard, follow-up felt messy, and nothing seemed to fit together. They were trying to do everything on their own. Post, follow-up, respond, sell, take care of their clients, and it was exhausting them. I realized I could take what I've learned and help people stop spinning their wheels, to simplify the way that they show up and serve their clients well, and grows a business that actually fits them. And that's why I started Smart Virtual Solution. Not just to build systems, but to help people build clarity and momentum. Smart Virtual Solution is about giving service-based business owners the clarity, strategy, and systems they need to move forward with confidence, without getting buried in complexity or tech overwhelm. Sometimes that means mapping out a marketing plan that actually makes sense for your business. Sometimes it means setting up automations that save time and follow-up when you can't. Sometimes it's having a clear, focused conversation that gets you out of your head and into action. I don't believe in one-size-fits-all systems. We're doing everything all at once. Smart Virtual Solution is about doing the right things at the right time and making those things easier to manage, repeat, and grow from. Whether we're building something from scratch or cleaning up something that's been duct taped together, the goal is the same: a business that runs smarter, feels better, and gives you back your time. So where am I headed? My goal is to help more business owners grow in a way that feels clear, supported, and doable, not overwhelming. Through strategy sessions, smart automations, and community support, I'm building a space where service providers don't just get tools, they get systems that actually work for them. I want to be the person they turn to when they say, I know what I want to build, I just need help connecting the pieces. And I want the next step to feel lighter for you, not heavy. I believe a way to pay it forward is to share what I've learned with honesty and practical support. Whether that's through a strategic power hour, free resource, simple automation tip, or listening to someone talk through their ideas, I show up so others don't have to figure it out alone. If I can help someone simplify one thing in their business today, they'll be in a stronger place tomorrow to be able to pay it forward to someone else. If you're building something good and just need a little help connecting the dots, I'd love to chat. You don't have to figure it out alone. My name is Tanya Block-Rusin with Smart Virtual Solution, and I really am here to help.
Hi, my name's Kim Pleshay, owner and founder of Inside and Out Pet Care. I always had a love of animals, never grew up with any animals. So when I had the first opportunity to take care of animals, and through a friend's daughter, I learned how to start the pet sitting business. So I invested $1,000 in myself and made a little money. So that's how it stuck. Business is Inside and Out Pet Care. We take care of your inside pets and your outside pets. So that's from reptiles to rodents, mostly cats and dogs and the farm animals. So we have services for all pets. A long time ago when I started my business, I had a man he always found a dog boarding facility and then took him 2 hours to catch his 3 cats to get him to a cat facility. So he loved the option that he could keep all his pets at home, and we just come in and take care of them. So the cats that wanted to go outside got that option. The dog got to sniff around on his property. Other services that we provide are with the farms, many rescue farms, like with horses or chickens, ducks, goats. We just take care of all your animals because you need a break too for a vacation. And we have the dedicated pet providers that know how to take care of specific animals. And we go beyond and above and beyond the care of your pets. They end up being a family member of ours too. Inside and Out Pet Care has been in business for 10 years. Finding help was another issue we had. So I became involved in the youth organizations through the schools with work for learning. And it also started on the state level too. So our future is with the youngsters wanting to learn how to take care of animals, and I am willing to teach them how to do that. It's all about the pets, and it's an entry-level job. And if they want to move up into the business, they can do it that way. Last year, in 2024, through a networking mom, her daughter wanted to learn how to groom. So between her and I, we got the child set up for grooming. Now we're just teaching her on the job on how to do that. So I'm exposing her to many different options where she could go for this grooming. And, you know, as a 16, 17-year-old, you don't really know what you want to do. But if you have the love of pets, that's the biggest challenge. My vision for Inside and Out Pet Care is to become one of the largest pet sitters in northern Colorado, and maybe in the state of Colorado. And who knows, maybe it might be nationwide, but it's just one step at a time. The specific clients that we are looking for are the people that think their pets are their world. We go above and beyond just the care, not just the care of your pets, but it's also your home. Have you ever thought about who you're actually letting into your home? We are insured, bondable. We have the dedication. We think about outside the box, what's best for the pet and what's best for the home. So that's how we've grown this business, and we're in the growth mode, and that's what I would like to see in at least the next 5 years. The business pays it forward with one family at a time. Word of mouth is the best advertisement from our existing clients who refer us in God's grace to lead us to the towns and cities that I would never consider that I would be in at this point. I thank my friends that have been keeping me employed for their pets and the referrals. The better tomorrow comes with the care of the pets and being excited to see their provider when we come by and their humans are home and the pets are overexcited to see their pet sitter. That's the most joy that I get. And I'm paying it forward. We've also teamed up with Zach a few years on and off, and always try to accommodate his causes.
I'm Zach Clayton with Community Pay It Forward, Community Dare to Care, and the PAC channels. We are proud to introduce our mission partners, the nonprofit organizations, support groups, and causes that inspire us to do more and better things every day. These are the hearts behind the mission. These families, the people, and programs we stand beside to create a lasting change. In this special Spotlight series, We've invited each of our mission partners to answer 4 powerful questions. Why did I start my organization? What is my organization? Where is my organization headed? And how can I pay it forward today for a better tomorrow? These stories are about purpose in action, real people doing incredible things, and the community that they need to help lift them up. It is our hope that you will listen, connect, and share. Because when we support each other's missions, we build stronger communities together. And utilizing our great giving partners, there's never been an easier way to support these wonderful missions. Now it's time. Let's meet the difference makers. Let's meet the Community Pay It Forward mission partners.
I started my business after being in a bad relationship, a really bad relationship. And what I learned after finally being able to recover from that bad relationship is that I didn't know the early signs of dating abuse. And people need to know the early signs of dating abuse so they do not get involved in that kind of relationship. And so that's why I started my business, to help others, prevent them from going through a relationship like I did. Quite simply. My business is going out into schools, high schools, actually anywhere, community events, and talking to people, educating people on how to recognize the early signs of dating abuse, how to see if they're in a healthy relationship or not, safe online. In all, it's a big business about education and helping people have healthy relationships throughout their lifetime, starting at the very beginning when they're youth. So starting the business as an education platform and giving people a chance to experience healthy relationships versus getting into toxic ones and not knowing how to get out as well. So giving them also the resources to get out of those relationships. The company is headed bigger and to reach more meet the masses. Right now I'm one speaker, so I do things on social media. Currently I go on podcasts, I go to community organizations and kind of spread the word that way. Where we're headed is getting just to grow. Looking at putting out a book so people can read the book wherever they're at. Also looking at creating the podcast. We have a podcast in the making, ready to go, but reaching people where they're at online, in their cars, wherever they're going to be at, we want to be at, and be able to provide education to to meet them versus having to seek me out so much. It should be out there easily to obtain the information. We're getting to as many people as we can locally, and my biggest thing is word of mouth. So I tell a story that a lot of people remember the story because it's one you remember, and so people talk about it, and getting people talking, and then they talk to somebody else and someone else talks to another person is making it grow. The hope is that by expanding and reaching people outside the local area, that we'll have the conversation going nationwide, maybe even worldwide one day. And we'll be able to help people refrain from being in toxic or unhealthy relationships and avoid violence and abuse. So that's our hope, is to make the world a better place by decreasing violence in relationships, starting young, all the way throughout your lifetime.
Why did I start my business? My mom, my sister were killed by a drunk driver when I was 3 years old. And I went through a lot of different things in my life that I don't want anyone else to have to go through. So literally, the reason I started it is to save lives and stop others from hurting like I did. What is my business? It's business is called CARES Foundation, named after my mom and my sister. K-A-R-E. My mom's name was Karen, and my sister was Shelly. That's where the S is. So K-A-R-E-S, and then Foundation. What I do is I go around and I talk to kids all over the country about what I went through. And then we also have a camp called Camp Cares that we help kids that have been affected by drugs and alcohol, and or veterans, kids have been affected by suicide. As well as we're developing a program called Kids Life Program. Would love to tell you guys about it. It's an exciting thing happening. And yeah, that's what we do. And we just love helping others, and also to encourage others to help others. You know, it's all about helping each other. And if you have a chance in a day to let a car merge in front of you, do something good for someone each day. So where is CARES Foundation headed in 1 year? I really would like to have our Kids Life program developed and have a workbook and be able to go take that across the country and help kids that are needing those life skills that we're going to teach them, and then also to help them dream for the future and know that there is something out there, and then to continue speaking across the country. That's where I see CARES Foundation and just building and growing. And you know what? Who knows? You know, wherever God leads us, really. So what would I see something as far as success for CARES Foundation? What I really see, if I can wave that magic wand, would be to lower the death rate of suicide, not only suicide, but alcoholism, drunk driving, deaths. If we could have an impact on that, oh man, it would be so wonderful. And saving lives, it's what it's about. I've always said, if I could save one life, CARES Foundation has done what it's done. And you know, I've had 2 people come and tell me that I've already made an impact in their life. And so that magic wand is, I could just be boom, everywhere all at once.
I started the Aziza Project because I had suffered with complex gynecologic pain for more than a decade, and I didn't want any other woman to suffer the way that I had suffered, whether that was physical pain, whether that was being gaslit by providers, whether that was not having the financial resources to access the kind of care that I needed. So I started this organization to help others access that care. The Aziza Project is an organization that offers funding to women who are suffering from complex gynecologic pain so that they can see a provider who has the knowledge, training, and compassion to figure out what's going on and come at it from a trauma-informed perspective. So we don't risk our clients being gaslit by another medical provider. The first thing that we pay for is a virtual consultation so that they have a chance to talk to the doctor and see, okay, can I get some education on what might be going on with my body? And do I like this provider? Is this somebody that I'd like to see in person? If they would like to see the provider in person, then the next thing we cover is their travel expenses. We cut for them and a companion so that they can actually go and see the doctor in person. Because I know that if we didn't cover the travel expenses, that would end up going on a credit card at like 29.99%, and I didn't want that. So we're covering the travel expenses. And then we cover the costs for their in-person appointment. New patient appointments can run anywhere between $500 and $750. And so we cover that so that they don't have to. We also cover, if they need some surgical care, we'll cover that as well. The The Aziza Project's goal right now is to get 12 donors giving monthly at $28 a month, because this will allow us to fund one of those virtual consultations each month. So at a minimum, that's 12 women who've gotten hope in a year's time. And then hopefully we'll just continue to grow from there. And as we grow, we'll be able to cover more and more services for the women who are finding us and looking for help getting to these appointments and getting the care they need. The project is working on getting that funding going so that we can help a patient or client in the future so that her life is better. And the thing that I love about the Aziza Project is we're not just helping women feel better and then, letting them get on with their lives, because they haven't been living their lives. But we actually can, by helping them solve their physical pain, we also play a role in helping with their economic pain, their relational pain, and stuff like that, so that they can go from, sitting on the couch all day, not feeling good, being in pain, being in bed most of the day, to being productive members of society. Not saying that people who are in bed and stuff like that are not being productive members of society, but there is a part to being able to support your family financially, to be able to get together with friends for brunch and stuff like that, that we're able to impact their tomorrow.
My name is John Wayne Vogels. I am the Executive Director and founder of the Martyred Angels Foundation. I started this organization after the unfortunate tragedy of my 3-year-old son, Bladen James Wayne Vogels, on April 9th, 2011, due to a drowning accident. After this accident, my family and I realized the resources that were available for this type of experience were either limited or completely absent, and in some cases were removed and funds were reallocated to different areas. Because of this experience, this was the beginning of the Martyred Angels Foundation, in memory of my son and also in memory of all the other families that have lost a child due to my wife's history and family background in the military, extensive military service. We also provide services to not just civilians, but Gold Star families, veterans, and any and all emergency responders directly affected by this experience due to the experience that we had seen them go through and the counseling that they had to receive immediately following as well. So that is the reason why I started the Martyred Angels Foundation. My organization is a 501c3 nonprofit organization. We do provide various different resources. The one most extensive is the equine therapy program that we provide. This program has surprisingly become immediately results with how we provide this service. It is a very unique and specific program. But we've also partnered with the International Star Registry, formation of group therapies, group meetings. The vision and mission of this organization is to acquire property in order to incorporate our equine campground idea. This idea will provide a much more private and secure location for families, but also one more comforting and allowing families to become more open and provide a better service for them. At the same time, this is designed to benefit everybody. So this would bring on interns, this would bring on more grant opportunities, this would also be very, very transparent in the way that it is designed, and it is a very unique campground design. So our services are extensive, and once again, we provide these services to civilians, veterans, Gold Star families, and any and all emergency responders. This is so important. This will allow all of us to come together and provide one big support group for everyone. And unfortunately, statistics is what we're trying to reduce. Currently, the statistics that were researched by Fox 31 News in a previous interview I had, they stated that 80% of marriages end in divorce immediately following the death of a child. This is followed by loss of income, loss of material things such as homes, cars, other items. Some have become homeless, battling drug addiction, alcohol addiction. Others have had either suicide attempts, and unfortunately some have been successful in suicide. And although people say that time heals all wounds, this is not the case when it comes to statistics after the loss of a child. Actually, after several years have passed, it becomes increasingly worse on the parents and the families. These are statistics that we are trying to reduce and trying to provide a much better support and resource for these families. And with the design that we have and the resources and programs that we've implemented, this does have the extreme potential, possibility, and proven results that we can reduce these statistics dramatically. We are headed for extreme success. That's where we're headed. So we currently have programs in place, resources in place that we provide services to, and that is at a private area, at a private barn. However, although the resources are very effective at this place, it is open to public and private lessons. So where we're headed in the direction of acquiring property to incorporate the equine campground concept that we have. This idea, this concept, not only will allow us to become more successful with our programs and our resources that we provide, but also allow it to be more private and confidential, but also very transparent for those that donate, invest, or become supportive of what we're doing. So the direction that we're headed to expand. We're headed to expand that, have property connected to Forest Service property, so we can not only take the program that we have, the equine therapy program, and our other program and resources on our property, but we can also expand it onto the Forest Service and make this a very unique opportunity for all the families. We're also expanding with the International Star Registry partnership to have an observatory that would also allow astrologers and astronomers to come on board to not only direct the telescope in the direction of the star named after the child or individual, but then have somebody describe the significance and importance behind this star. This also allows a more private setting, more comfortable setting. With this concept that we have, it has not only become extremely successful immediately, it also allows us to have more success with more families available to come on board. And this will also allow us to expand, not just here in Colorado. This will all allow us to expand in many other states to provide the same services, so families don't have to travel so far, and also allow families the resources immediately in their area. The other thing that makes this idea and concept that is very, very unique is that as different for other organizations, and although they do exceptional work, however, they're limited and have a smaller capacity. By what I mean by that is, most of them have meetings maybe once or twice a month, and then there's an extensive amount of time in between that these families have to wait for services. The way this is designed, the way that we have designed the Martyred Angels Foundation and this equine campground, once families have come on and have gone through our program, afterwards, this will allow them to have 24/7 access to the property. Because anybody that suffered from PTSD knows that PTSD does not have a clock. It does not care what time it is. It doesn't care where the little hand is. It does not care where the big hand is. And it does not care where that ticking second hand is. PTSD affects any time of the night, any time of the day, 24/7. With that and with our idea and our concept, this will allow these families to have a resource to come to that is open to them 24/7 to help them with these struggles. So what we can do today for a better tomorrow, that is very, very easy. Just simply get behind the Martyred Angels Foundation. Through your support, invest in what we're doing, support what we're doing, become a donor of what we're doing, become involved with the Martyred Angels. We have so many different areas. We have the equine therapy program, International Star Registry, group meetings, group support. There's also a very unique opportunity for a motorcycle attachment, in which this is a story I really love to tell. So when both of my children turned 1, I would put them on the front seat of my motorcycle with me. We would do circles in our cul-de-sac and go up and down the road. My kids absolutely loved riding this motorcycle. However, due to my work schedule, I did have extensive times where I was on call 24/7. So in this one particular moment, I did an on-call and then I had to do my work shift. When I got home, typically when the kids would hear me coming down the road, they would either have their faces pressed up against the glass door waiting, or they'd be out the mailbox. At this particular time, they were out the mailbox waiting for their ride. However, I was really tired. So when I rolled up, I told the kids, listen, Dad can't give you a ride today. I'm just too tired. So I pulled my motorcycle into the garage and I park it, and I never locked it, never had a reason to, such a secure garage. And since this is a 98 Road King, it is carbureted. So this is key to the story. So when I park the motorcycle, I get off the bike, I go into the house, I make something to eat, then I make something to drink. And this took a little bit of time because, of course, I'm playing with the kids at the same time. However, when I go downstairs to sit down to take a little time to relax, I hear the starter engaging on my motorcycle. Now, my son Bladen was 2 at this time. So I run upstairs and I open up the garage door. And as I look, there's Bladen. He climbed up the side of my bike, was standing on my tanks. I have 18-inch risers on my bike. Bladen had his left hand gripping that handlebar. I never noticed him paying attention to how I started this bike. He wanted to go for a ride so bad, he was going to take himself for a ride. So he turned the ignition switch on and he was hitting the start button. And I just went, oh my God. So I ran up, I'm like, Bladen, no. So I grabbed him off the bike. Ever since then, I locked the bike up. Even if I'm a foot away from it, it's locked. However, I couldn't think of a better tribute than to include that into the organization. So there's a motorcycle membership attachment, equine therapy, International Star Registry, group meetings, group support, and once again, just that huge volume of support between civilians, Gold Star families, veterans, and any and all emergency responders. This design that we have benefits everybody. Nobody is left behind. Nobody is left out. The best way to help us move forward is to become involved to whatever capacity, donation, investment, support. Reach out anytime to the Martyred Angels Foundation, and we would love to have you involved. Thank you.
Your business is your American dream. But today, opening the doors comes with a lot of questions. Will the customers come in? Can I keep the shelves stocked with what they need? Can I afford salaries? And how can I possibly compete with the big box store down the road? This is why we created Community Pay It Forward. In hard times, we need stronger communities, led by people with bigger hearts. Our Shop, Click, and Pick program makes it simple. Every purchase from a participating small business supports a cause the customer cares about. They shop, others thrive. Even when money is tight, you can still make a difference. You're making sales and supporting families, nonprofits, and your neighbors. That's the power of community. That's the power of Community Pay It Forward. Join the Community Pay It Forward program and you will be seen, be remembered, and be a hero for people in need everywhere. Your business and Community Pay It Forward program. Because no one needs to go it alone when we all come together.
So, Dreams of Media started in 2023, but honestly, it wasn't something I planned from the start. I was applying to medical school and working with my older sister when I realized how much I loved creating and editing designs. It was just something that came naturally to me. My sister always believed in my work and kept sharing it with people in her network. And one day, someone actually asked her, "Who's your graphic designer? I'd love to meet her." That moment sparked something in me. I realized there was a real demand for my skill set with people in general, and with the encouragement of my sister and my growing network and her growing network, Dreams of Media was born. So Dreams of Media is all about making graphic design more accessible. I help small businesses and nonprofits create branding that truly represents them, not just something that looks good, but something that reflects their message and their voice in a way that connects with people and is inclusive to everybody. And for businesses that already have a brand, I help them stay consistent in their printed and digital materials, making sure everything aligns visually so their identity stays strong. Honestly, I've learned so much in the past few years, not just about design, but about what a strong brand can do for a business. I want to keep growing, learning, and helping more businesses find their voice through their visual identity. Dreams of Media is evolving, and I see it becoming a space where creativity, strategy, and accessibility come together to empower small businesses and nonprofits. I wouldn't be where I am without the people who believed in me and supported me, so I try to give that same energy back. Whether it's mentoring, collaborating, or just being a resource for others, I want to help people the way that I've been helped, creating opportunities where I can. It really does take a village, and I'm so grateful for mine. I've always believed in lifting each other up, because when we do it, it creates a ripple effect that makes everything better for everyone.
Hope is rising, love is near. We come together hand in hand, hand in hand. A miracle shines across the land. Every heart, every voice, every choice. We are the miracle of the season.
Okay, so I said that was going to be an hour. I didn't realize I had that many videos, which is a great thing because that means I've got that many wonderful, wonderful partners in the Community Pay It Forward program. And here's the thing, that was less than half of them. If you are a Community Pay It Forward partner and you're watching that, please reach out to me. Let's get you recorded. So it is time for us to get back to our little learning thing that we've been doing here.
and we want to talk about modern Christmas from the Renaissance to Santa Claus. How centuries of culture, faith, literature, and tradition have helped shape the Christmas we know today. And then we're just going to move right on into Hanukkah and see another wonderful, wonderful tradition of another wonderful group of people. So, in our last couple issues, we walked through the medieval world, feasting, carols, misrule, evergreens, and the 12 days of celebration. Today, we're going to step into the next great transformation, which is the story of how Christmas became, well, Christmas. The Christmas tree, the stockings, the gift giving, the family centered celebration, Santa Claus, my buddy. And you know what we know today. This is the story of how the winter feast became a global cultural phenomenon. We're going to start with the Renaissance and Reformation. Christmas under pressure. Let's start with the Renaissance, which lands us between 1300 and 1600s, when Europe was rediscovering art, science, and classical learning. Christmas was still celebrated, but the tone was shifting. Churches emphasized the nativity story more strongly. Carols became more redefined and poetic. Nativity scenes, Presepi in Italy, became popular thanks to Saint Francis of Assisi. But then came the Reformation, in the 1500s, and things got complicated. Protestant reformers, especially in England and Scotland, criticized Christmas as too rowdy, too pagan, too wasteful, too tied to the Catholic ritual. Some regions even banned Christmas celebrations. In 1647, the English Parliament outlawed Christmas feasting and festivities. Shops were ordered to stay open. Soldiers patrolled the streets to stop celebrations, but people celebrated anyway. Rebellion. Rebellion for Christmas. Imagine that. Quietly, secretly, and of course stubbornly. The tension would shape Christmas for centuries. By the 1700s, Christmas survives in homes, not public squares, but by the 1700s, Christmas still celebrated, but it wasn't the dominant culture force it is today. Honestly, I'm interested to see where this goes and when it becomes the dominant force, but I don't think it could have been until after the culture turned more to shopping, if that makes any sense. In many places, it was a quiet religious day. The rowdy medieval traditions had faded. Families celebrated modestly at home. Churches held nativity services. Gift giving was small and personal, which honestly, I still think that makes more sense. But something important was happening beneath the surface. Christmas was becoming domestic, a home-centered holiday, and this shift set the stage for the explosion of the new traditions in the 1800s. In the 1800s, the century was invented modern. This is the century. Okay, and this is what I was talking about. That invented the modern Christmas. If you want to know what Christmas became, the holiday that we recognize today, the answer is simple: the 19th century. This is when nearly every major Christmas tradition took shape. The Christmas tree.
Again, the origin of the Christmas tree is Germany. The Christmas tree tradition comes from Germanic lands, where evergreens had been a symbol of life in winter. The German word for is Tannenbaum. By the 1500s, German families were bringing small fir trees indoors, decorating them with apples, nuts, and candles. That sounds dangerous. Singing songs around them. But the tree didn't go global until the 1800s. Queen Victoria and Prince Albert in 1848, a newspaper published an illustration of Queen Victoria and her German husband, Prince Albert, standing around a decorated Christmas tree with their children. That image suddenly spread across the British and America like wildfire. Suddenly, everyone wanted a Christmas tree. This is one of the clearest examples of how a royal trend became a global tradition. Santa Claus, a fusion of saints, folklore, and imagination. And Santa Papa John. Santa is a cultural mosaic. Let's break down the pieces. Saint Nicholas, in Greek, that's Nikolas. I hope I got that right because I've got a really, really good friend who's Greek and he'll kick my butt if I didn't. Shout out to my great partner, Satirios with Key Largo Lounge, where he helped us deliver 2 boxes of books to the Greeley hospitals. So thank you very much, brother. I look forward to next year. A 4th century bishop from Myra in modern Turkey was known for secret gift giving, protecting children, helping the poor. His feast day is October 6th, so there is a Catholic holiday on December 6th for the 4th century bishop. Dutch settlers brought Sinterklaas. So it's in Dutch, it's Sinterklaas. When Dutch immigrants came to America, they brought stories of a bishop in red robes, riding a horse, bringing gifts to children, checking behavior. And you also have Odin's Yule traditions from our second rendition of this. A bearded figure riding through the winter sky, leaving gifts, and children leaving food for Sleipnir, the which is the, was it a donkey? I can't remember. I think it was a donkey. These motifs blended into Santa's mythology. Then Clement Clark Moore poem, A Visit from St. Nicholas, better known as 'Twas the Night Before Christmas, was introduced. Again, this was, I didn't realize that it was 1823. 'Twas the Night Before Christmas. Wow. Which introduced reindeer, a sleigh, a jolly plump Santa, chimney visits, and the names of the reindeer. This poem shaped Santa more than any other single source. Thomas Nast, 1800s illustrator, drawings gave Santa a red suit, a workshop, the North Pole, elves, and a naughty and nice list. In the 20th century, the advertising companies, especially Coca-Cola, popularized the modern, friendly, red-suited Santa. So Santa is part saint, part Norse god, part Dutch folklore, part American poetry, Victorian imagination, and part commercial art. And I still, and you know, this is opinion, but I still love the art that Coca-Cola puts to this season. I think that their campaign is so fantastic with all the artwork and everything they do for this season. Then again, I'm also a huge fan of polar bears, so why wouldn't I love it, right? Gift giving becomes central in medieval times. Gift giving happened on St. Nicholas Day, which is December 6th. Remember that. New Year's Day and Epiphany, January 6th. But in the 1800s, gifts shifted to Christmas Day. So this day that was a festival of feasting and gifts and other things that turned to a strictly religious day is now back to the Christmas that we know. And why did it switch? Families were becoming more child-centered. The Industrial Revolution made toys more affordable. Santa Claus became the symbol of generosity. Christmas became a sentimental, family-focused holiday. And by the late 1800s, Christmas morning gift opening was a widespread tradition. Christmas cards were introduced in 1843. The first commercial Christmas card was printed in Loveland. Sorry. Oops. Let's try London in 1843. Loveland, I tried to give you a little bit of a pump there, but being the wonderful city you are, but we have to tell the truth here. That is London in 1843. It showed a family celebrating acts of charity, a festive winter scene. Cards spread rapidly because they were affordable, personal, beautiful, and easy to mail. They helped create the emotional tone of Christmas, warm, nostalgic, connected. We are trying to open this up and invite you to create a video Christmas card that you can send to people and give you that thing that you get to share it online, and who knows, maybe even do a couple funny stories to kind of egg them on a little bit. Charles Dickens and the emotional heart of Christmas. No single writer shaped modern Christmas more than Charles Dickens. His 1843 novella, A Christmas Carol, introduced Christmas as a time of generosity, redemption, family warmth, compassion for the poor. The idea that Christmas transforms the heart. Dickens also helped shift Christmas from a rowdy festival to a season of kindness, reflection, and goodwill. This emotional tone is now inseparable from the holiday. We talk a lot and we hear a lot about the greed of Christmas and all the things that go on. The stores doing all these sales, Black Friday, all this other stuff. We hear about all the greed. And there's a reason for it. Okay, there really is. There is a reason for it. The toy companies take and market this time of year to, create the next Tickle Me Elmo, whatever. And that is dating me a little bit there. Sales are everything right now for toy stores, for manufacturing, for, the next great gift. There is a lot of that, okay? But the truth is, there's also so much kindness that happens during this time of year. Kindness that truly needs to be brought out more. We need to make sure that we share when somebody does good, because it will just help us as a society. The rise of Christmas music. Many beloved carols were written or standardized in the 1800s. Silent Night was written in 1818. Originally, Stille Nacht, O come all ye faithful, hark the herald angels sing, God rest ye merry gentlemen, older but revived. Music became a way to bring warmth into winter homes and annoy the hell out of people on radio stations and shopping. I'm sorry, that was mean. I said no meanness, but I broke the rule there. The 20th century, Christmas goes global by the 1900s. Christmas had become a family holiday, a commercial holiday, a religious holiday, a cultural holiday, and a global holiday. Movies, radio, and television spread Christmas imaginary worldwide. Think of it. It's a Wonderful Life, Miracle on 31st Street. Honestly, my favorite, and it's every time I see it on the TV, I haven't watched it in a long time, but I still get that extra beat in my heart every time I see Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. A Charlie Brown Christmas. You know, these have been around for so long. And it's great to see like that old claymation come back and stuff. It's really neat. Tell me in the comments, what is your favorite holiday movie? What is that holiday movie that really, really brings you back to being a kid? Or, look, you've got the Hallmark Channel, which has basically created a franchise over creating Christmas movies. So, what is your favorite holiday movie? And I don't care if it's a movie none of us have seen. I really want to know. These stories reinforce themes of hope, community, generosity, light in darkness, and the importance of kindness. Christmas has become a season of emotional storytelling, and that is so true. The emotional meaning of the modern Christmas. Today, Christmas is many things at once. A Christian holy day, a cultural celebration, a family tradition, a season of giving, a time to reflect, a festival of lights, a global moment of connection. It also carries echoes of ones we've talked about from the beginning: the solstice, Saturnalia, Yule, medieval feasts, Victorian sentiment, and American imagination. It's a tapestry woven across thousands of years. Modern Christmas didn't appear overnight, as we've heard. It grew slowly, beautifully from layers of tradition. It went one way, went the complete opposite, and now we're taken and we've met in the middle. For better or worse, folks, there's some people who wish that all of the gifts and everything like that was just out of it, and it was solely focused on the birth of Christ. I understand. I understand why they would want that, because religion is such a personal thing to everyone. I just don't think that's true. I don't think that. I don't like that idea. I also don't like the commercialization of it to where all it is about the gifts. Personally, Christmas to me is family. Even when I struggled, holding my sons, grabbing my sons, and being with my sons means the most. There's nothing that means more to me than that. Having my parents still here, that means so much to me. My beautiful wife, Adrienne, bringing in her family and giving me 7 grandkids. That means so very much to me. I mean, I simply cannot tell you how much these kids have changed my life. Of course, in a great way. Christmas means a lot to all of us. It means something different to all of us. We are allowed to celebrate how we celebrate. Nobody should try to take it away from from what it means to us. You know what? If you want it to be that religious symbolism, you should be able to have it as that religious symbolism. There should be no one. There should be no one who restricts it from you. Okay? If you want it to be the commercialization, that's fine. That's all you. You do you, boo. Basically. It's what it is. I'm trying to find something here, so I'm very, very sorry for the distraction. But But we are allowed to let Christmas be what Christmas needs to be for us. There is never shame in being who you are. Okay? Now, I have, I just mentioned them. And I did something this year that with the help of my with the help of AI, because I couldn't come up with all the idea, but with the help of AI, I created something for my grandkids. Okay. Maybe a little dorky. So what? But this is a story I wrote and AI illustrated for me. I really hope you enjoy it. This is this kind of really tells you what Christmas means to me. The Grand Cub's Gift, a miracle of the season story. In the heart of the north, where the snow never melted and the stars danced low in the sky, lived Grandma and Grandpa Polar Bear. Their cozy den sat on the edge of a small village called Kind Ridge, where every winter the world seemed to slow down, except for one very special week. That week was called the Miracle of the Season.
It wasn't about presents. It wasn't about lights. It was about doing something good, something kind for someone else. And this year, Grandma and Grandpa had a plan. They called their 7 grand cubs together. Drake, Aiden, Addison, Gabe, Tommy, Kinsley, and Paisley, each one bundled in their scarves and boots, eyes wide with curiosity. This year, Grandpa said, you are the miracle. We're going to help the whole village, Grandma added, but not with money or magic, with heart. She asked each cub to look around the village and find out what is needed. Grandpa then looked at him. Your help will mean more than any bought gift ever could. Drake and the Lost Mittens. Drake had a sharp eye and a gentle heart. In the town square, beneath the old tree, he set up a lost and found. Every glove, scarf, and hat that he discovered was hung with care. A few he even stitched himself. His paws were steady with patience. Drake didn't just return what was lost, he brought warmth back to the cold winter. Families gathered beneath the branches, finding pieces they thought were gone forever. Then the curious fox asked, why? Drake simply smiled. It's not just about warmth, he said. It's about caring for others. Aiden and the shovel. Aiden had a quiet strength and a heart tuned to others. When the snow piled high and the village slowed to a hush, he grabbed a shovel and carved a path through the drifts, straight to the old library. Miss Maple, the blind owl, had not been able to leave in days. She perched gently on his shoulder, her voice cracking as she whispered, I didn't think anyone noticed. Aiden smiled, brushed the snow from the steps. We noticed, he said. We always will. A nearby fox paused and watched the scene unfold. In Kindridge, kindness wasn't loud. It was steady, like Aiden's shovel, cleaning the way for stories to be shared again. Addison in the Candlelight Story. Addison loved stories. Not just the ones she read, but the ones she lived. On snowy evenings, she gathered the littlest critters in Kindridge, lighting a candle and opening a book beneath the stars. Her voice was always soft but steady, weaving tales of bravery, kindness, and faraway lands. One night, she read a story she had written herself about a bear who gave away her last cookie. The bunny beside her clutched his paws and held it close to her. That's not just a story, he whispered. That's you. Addison smiled, her candle flickering in the cold. In Kindridge, stories weren't just told. They were shared, remembered, and lived. Gabe's Bakery Rescue. Gabe, the quiet thinker, noticed something was missing from the village square. The scent of honey buns, the hum of the oven, the warmth of the bakery. The Badger Baker hadn't opened in days, worn down and ill. Without a word, Gabe rallied the Grand Cubs. They dusted flour across their paws, following the Badger's recipe to the letter, and filled the shelves with golden steaming buns. The Badger stepped inside, eyes wide and wet. You saved my shop, he whispered. Gabe smiled, handing him a tray. We just followed your recipe, he said, and added extra love. In Kindridge, kindness rose like bread, quiet, warm, and shared. Tommy's Toy Fix-It tent. Tommy could fix anything. With Grandpa's old toolbox and a heart full of care, he pitched a tent in the village square and got to work. Broken sleds, cracked skates, tangled jump ropes, he mended them all. But it was a stuffed penguin missing an eye and a flipper that made him pause. He stitched slowly, carefully, until the seams held and the smile returned. A little seal watched with wide eyes and hugged the toy tight. "You gave me my best friend back," she whispered. Tommy smiled and packed away his tools. In Kind Ridge, every fix was a promise. Nothing loved is ever truly lost. Kinsley's song. Kinsley had a voice like wind through the pine trees, soft, stirring, and impossible to ignore. She wrote a song called "You Belong Here," a melody stitched with welcome and wonder. That night, under a sky scattered with stars, she stood on a snowy hill, in her green dress and red glasses, singing with joy. One by one, the villagers joined in. Foxes, seals, owls, and bears, until the whole of Kindridge echoed with harmony. Grandpa watched from the den, mist in his eyes. Even the moon paused to listen, he whispered. In Kind Ridge, music wasn't just heard, it was felt, shared, and remembered. Paisley's light. Paisley stood at the window of the den, her tulip skirt swaying gently as she held a single candle. She lit it and placed it on the sill, then another, then another. Outside, the snow fell softly. Inside, the glow began to spread. One by one, the homes of Kind Ridge followed, windows flickering to life with a warmth and welcome. From the hilltop, the village looked like a constellation stitched into earth. This light, Paisley whispered, is for anyone who feels forgotten. In Kind Ridge, no one was ever truly alone. Not when the candles burned, not when the stars listened. The legacy. That year, the miracle of the season wasn't one grand gesture. It was 7 small ones. 7 grand cubs, 7 hearts, and 1 village forever changed. Drake restored what was lost. Aiden cleared the way. Addison shared stories. Gabe baked warmth. Tommy mended memories. Kinsley sang and taught her song. Paisley lit hope. And Grandpa reminded them all to keep it going. Kind Ridge didn't just glow, it grew. And every year after, the Cubs returned. Not just to visit, but to lead. They taught others to shovel paths, tell stories, fix toys, sing truth, and light candles for those still waiting. Because kindness, once lit, never goes out. It passes from paw to paw, heart to heart, generation to generation. That's the gift. That is the miracle of the season, and it is ours to keep sharing.